People always say Toyota trucks are the most reliable pickup trucks, but in this case, my 2014 Dodge Ram that have over 156,000 plus miles have been insanely reliable. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly everything that I do to keep this truck running like new. For the guys out there that have a Ram 1500, guys, you guys definitely want to make sure you listen up to this, because everything I do to this truck is the reason why right now it's going on to 200,000 plus miles. At 156,000 plus miles. And these are the easiest things that anybody could do. If you just simply follow these things, your truck would definitely be much more reliable. What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another video, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys few tips and stuff on how I'm able to have a truck like this. Most people nowadays would say 156,000 plus miles Ram, and it's a 2014 fourth generation. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay away from that. It's gonna cost me a lot of money, this and that, and third. But in this case, this truck, I never bought this truck brand new. I bought this truck used. This truck had about somewhere around 105, 10 miles and stuff when I got this truck. And I currently drive this truck every day. I do not let this truck park that much, maybe every now and then. And most trucks, Ram 1500 trucks, over 100,000 plus miles, most people try to stay away from them, and because they kind of see it as a liability, because it's not a brand new truck. 100,000 plus miles is when you start to experience shit ton of issue. But that's not the case, guys. I'm trying to tell you guys, this have been proven plenty of times that these trucks over 100,000 plus miles, you simply just have to do these things to really not have as much issue as you really will that most people complain about these trucks. So first thing first, I want to say, before we get into this, I want to say, guys, if you are here for your first time and you don't know nothing about my channel, this is my 2014 Dodge Ram. This truck is what the channel is about. Pretty much, like I stated, over 100,000 plus miles. Nothing really crazy mods have been done to it yet, but I'll give you guys a little rundown. Truck has a custom tune on it, transmission, engine tune. We are running 93 on this truck, pretty much lowering springs, exhaust, little stuff here and there, but nothing really major done to this truck yet. If you guys stay tuned, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly, for my new guys that's here watching right now, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I have planned for this truck. But we are going to focus on what do I really do with this truck that really helped this truck to keep running like a brand new Ram 1500. Number one, it's not rocket science, guys. You got to change your oil. Change your oil on. Don't try to, when you changing your oil at the proper time, meaning that you don't wait till your oil gets super low. These trucks, Hemi in general, do not like these. They rely heavy on, oil and stuff like that. So you got to make sure your oil change, whatever you got to do to remind yourself, just get your oil change regular. Like, do it on like a timing base. Like, do it on a good time. Don't try to wait till last minute and stuff like that. And when you doing an oil change, please just put like full synthetic in your truck. That's it. Full synthetic, a good air oil filter. Those are the two things right there. The reason why I'm saying the oil change is like number one thing, because obviously any car at the end of the day, without oil, your car not gonna run. You're gonna F up your engine and stuff like that. So oil is very, very important. And the kind of oil, put in the kind of oil, the right oil in these trucks, the Hemi in general, is a huge factor. I run full synthetic on this truck, and I run the Mopar, Mopar filter. And the oil brand I use I wouldn't say the oil brand is like a top must have. Like, I wouldn't say it mattered that much, because if you put in full synthetic in your truck, that's what really is like the most thing you want to pay attention to. Is like, you have to run full synthetic instead of regular. But I do use the Mobile One, if you guys are wondering. Mobile One oil is what I run and stuff like that. But number one, oil change is the huge thing you got to be doing. Number two, You have to pay attention. Like, a car at the end of the day will not talk to you, but it's gonna tell you on the dash if something is wrong. For example, these trucks known for having like every now and then like misfire issues and stuff like that, because there's obviously eight I think eight cylinders. It is an 8-cylinder V8 and stuff like that. There's but I think there's you got to understand this, right? I done forgot what I was about to say, but I'm gonna say it, but just came back to my mind. But you got to understand this, right? All jokes aside, though, a car at the end of the day don't talk, but this is how cars and truck are able to tell you when something is wrong. You will have you will have some kind of light that will come on your dash. For example, check engine light. If that come up on your dash, don't try to ignore it. If whatever day it is, you driving whatever, you have in every state, there's an AutoZone, there's a Vans Auto, there's some kind of auto store that you can go to, even if you don't have the knowledge on checking to find out what it is. Just go there, they'll plug in a code scanner for you and exactly be able to pinpoint exactly what it is. The reason why I'm saying that that's something important too, because, for example, your truck could have like a real serious issue and that check engine light can come on right away. You decide to brush that to the side, wait 2 to 3 days. That 2 to 3 days you wait could lead on to much more issue, to where it's like you are going to be effed if it's really something serious, and you decide you go ahead and wait till that 3 days and get a scan, find out it's some kind of major issue that really then F up your engine is going to cost you a ton of money to get it fixed. So don't try to ignore them lights on your dash, guys. Make sure you pay attention to that light when it comes on. Third thing I would say is you have to make sure every milestone you hit, right? Let's say my truck just hit 150,000 plus miles. Another thing too I do is, like, you don't have, like, I wouldn't say you have to do it yourself, but if you go to if you take your car to like a place to get it like regular maintenance and stuff, you one of them guys, you go there, they will tell you like every milestone your truck hit. They'll be able to tell you like things that, hey, keep in mind, this is what you got to fix at this. You know, you just hit 150,000 plus miles. This is what has to get changed and fixed and stuff. Don't wait till, like, it depends. I wouldn't say it depends, but if it's something that's under your hood, like I'm saying, like some kind of part or something like that, just change it to save yourself the headache. Just simply do that. You will be good if you treat your car like you treat yourself. Hopefully you treat yourself good. You will be fine. Like, these trucks is not like, I know a lot of people complain and bitch about these trucks at the end of the day, especially I think the most hated Ram truck generation, in my personal opinion. A lot of people like dislike, always have something bad to say about them, is the 4th generation Ram. But in my personal opinion, I think it's the best generation, looks, performance wise. But it's just really simple things that this is really just all I do. There's no special things that you have to do to really keep any car running at the end of the day. The biggest thing is oil change, what I stated. And then also, last but not least, I'm gonna have to share with you guys on this one is parts. If you don't have knowledge on parts, obviously, if you go to like a reliable shop, I will assume you do, they will tell you like, yo, if this going bad, we're gonna replace it and put like dates. Most places and stuff will like actually try to, you know, help you out and get real good reliable parts on your truck, because you don't want to get like cheap parts and stuff, because that's gonna end up creating more problems for you later on down the line. But at the end of the day, just don't put no cheap parts on your truck. At the end of the day, you will be fine. You ain't gonna come across any major issue. Like, if it's anything like OEM, like if it's something that you have to replace, the best option is always to go OEM. Such stuff like radiator and stuff like that. I just changed my radiator on my truck probably like months ago during the summertime last year, and I went with the OEM radiator. But it's really not much to it, guys. I keep telling you guys, like, that's with any vehicle. It's not just Ram trucks, but obviously I'm talking about the Ram trucks because I own a Ram truck that have over 156,000 plus miles. This is not the most miles Ram I ever owned. My first Ram truck I owned had about 250,000 plus miles. And this was a way older model. And it was a work truck for somebody else that I bought. Was still running good, and I simply just keep applying the same thing to it, and I was fine. Like, I'm telling you guys, it's that simple. It doesn't require much. So if you plan on buying yourself one of these trucks, you know, simply don't be afraid because it have over 100,000 plus miles. But like I stated, if you guys still watching at the end, and you guys, if you new here on the channel, this truck right now, I've made up my mind. This is exactly what I'm going to do. We are obviously still doing the HP swap. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do on this truck this year, first major thing. And then after that, I'm going to be putting a 6.4 Hemi inside of this truck. That's the goal, because I want to make a ton of power with this truck and actually really be able to enjoy it. Yes, the 5.7 liter Hemi is still top dog in my personal opinion. But that's the plan. So if you guys are new here, do me a huge favor if you into Mopar, cars, stuff like that. Every now and then I'll probably talk about myself, you know, but hit that like, hit that subscribe button, help support the channel. It's not too many Ram channel on YouTube. It's the reason why I'm sticking to doing this, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like the Ram trucks don't really get that much love. Nowadays, like most YouTubers, I watch a lot of YouTube videos too. I have some of my favorite channels out there, and everybody, I'll say in my personal opinion, most channel all have like kind of like similar things, exotic cars, really like kind of like the same pattern. But with this truck, this is not even a single cab. The single cabs are more favored than like the quad cabs. That's another thing too that make this truck kind of special. To build a quad cab, that's kind of, you know, heavy truck like this, that really could show a real potential with like the real actual good mods invested into it. And that's exactly what I'm planning on doing with this truck. So you guys definitely don't want to miss out. And also another thing to keep in mind, guys, this is a goal right here I want to hit one day, because I know I'm not selling this truck at all. What? Once like I'm fully done building it. But I do want one thing, because I'm gonna tell you guys a quick little info about me. I'm heavy, like I'm real heavy into like muscle cars. And that's another thing, just to give you guys a little hint, like maybe my next car I'm actually planning on getting, not a pickup truck. Next car will definitely have to be a muscle car. I'm saying like I mess with like the old school muscle cars heavy. One of my favorite dream car is a Chevelle, also a Camaro and stuff like that. I definitely like those older style muscle cars and stuff. So that's something later on down the line, you guys should be expecting to see on the channel. Definitely going to be much more different, I'm telling you guys, man. But I definitely appreciate you taking your time out watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, stay safe, peace out.